TradeZella tutorial step by step. So if you're looking for a tutorial so you can use TradeZella and learn the basics for beginners, then you came to the right video. I'm going to be going through everything you need to know about TradeZella so you can get started, most importantly, and get really familiar with the platform so you can start trading and getting the trading data from your accounts inside of TradeZella. So first and foremost, if you want to go ahead and actually try TradeZella, I'll leave a link down below in the video description, and it's obviously going to be the pricing plan. Now, what I recommend is using the coupon code SAVE20 because you actually save 20% off with this particular code SAVE20. And so instead of paying like full price, so like, $29 a month or $49 a month, you end up getting a 20% off discount off these pricing plans with the exclusive coupon code SAVE20. So definitely use the coupon code SAVE20 to save a bunch of money if you are going to be trying out TradeZella. So that being said, let's begin today's tutorial video. So the first and most important step in today's tutorial to start using TradeZella properly is to get started with your broker and integrate that into TradeZella. So again, click the top link down below in the video description, and you'll come to a page that looks something like this, and you want to click on supported brokers. And you'll come to this page right here where you can see brokers and integrations. You want to make sure that your broker is going to be here so you can obviously integrate it inside of TradeZella. And let's just say worst case scenario, you can't auto-scene or upload a file to TradeZella for your particular broker. That's no worries. You will have to do it manually and it's a bit more tedious, but it's still possible to get the data inside of TradeZella. So let's go inside of our dashboard and show you how it works. So first and foremost, if you want to go ahead and import your data from your trading account into TradeZella, you want to go over here to add trade and then search up your particular broker. So in my case, let's just go ahead and use Coinbase for an example. So I'll click on Coinbase, we'll click on continue. And then if it's available, you'll be able to auto scene, which is the easiest option. Or which is in this case, which is recommended, you can just upload a file of your trading history and upload it to TradeZella, and it'll still pretty much give you the same result in terms of like showing the data inside of your TradeZella account. And then there's obviously the option where you can add it manually. So this is probably like the more tedious option, which, if worst case scenario where you can't like upload a file to TradeZella or auto scene it with your broker, then you will have to obviously add it manually. And as you can see, it's a bit of a pain, but depending on which broker you use, so let's just use Interactive Brokers for example. As you can see, you can most of the time with most of the popular brokers, you can essentially auto scene, and then it'll just ask for your API, or in this case with Interactive Brokers, your Flex token. So it'll basically just like auto scene to your broker account. And then if we go over here, it'll pretty much populate all that information inside of your TradeZella account, so you can go ahead and see everything based on your trading history from your broker. And of course, depending like which TradeZella pricing plan you've actually chosen right here, you can connect multiple accounts. So in this case, I'm using a demo account so you guys can see what it's going to look like when you guys actually sign up, like a brand new account. But you'll see that your data will basically look like this, and it'll show you like all of your trading data and statistics from your trading history from your broker. And if you go over here to the top right where it says demo account or your accounts, in your case, depending like if you have accounts already set up inside TradeZella, we'll click over here and you can see you can view all your accounts. So you can have one account, for example, for Coinbase, one account for Interactive Brokers, and one account for something else. So basically an individual account is going to be for one individual broker, okay? And if we go over here, you can go over to date range and you can see and populate the information, for example, this month with the last 30 days, year to year. You can pretty much add and customize this so you're viewing like the data, as you can see right here inside of my dashboard, based on a particular period of time, right? If you go over here to filters, you can filter data based on like some general, based on exit price, trade price, whatever you would like. Different tags, day and time, and based on the playbook as well, and you can go ahead and apply those filters right here as well. Now if you go over here where this money icon is, you can view the data based on a dollar, you've got a percentage, privacy, multiple ticks, pips, points. So if you click on privacy, this is what it looks like. We can obviously change that back to dollar. So you can see that it's quite customizable, and that's essentially like, the basics of like the dashboard right off the bat, so you can customize the data and information you're going to be seeing on screen. So again, click on add trade and you can choose the broker of your choice, and you'll be able to populate that information inside of your TradeZella account. Now, if you go over here to settings as well, you can go over here and click on settings, and you can go ahead and look at the general settings So you can, for example, look at the settings for commissions and fees and add rules. So it populates the right information based on your own rules. You can see the trade settings right here, global settings. So you can even change the currency to something else. If you're not from like a different country, you can change it to like Euro, for example, or whatever currency you want. Well, it's available. Tags management, so you can add different tags and add categories right here to make everything all organized. You can check out your import history and your log history as well. So that's essentially the bare minimum basics to get started with TradeZella. So now that we've actually covered the bare minimum basics, we can go into more detail, because now at this point you'll have your data imported into your account and you can actually analyze your data properly. So inside of your dashboard, you have the net P&L, trade win percentage, profit factor, daily win percentage, average win and loss trade. So as you can see, this is going to be the data right here. You'll also have your Zella score, your progress tracker, your daily net accumulative P&L, net daily P&L, recent trades, open positions, and as you can see down below, you can actually click on these days. You have the drawdown and the trade time performance here and the trade duration performance. So again, this is just like your dashboard right here, and you can have quite a lot of like data you can work with right off the bat. So if we click on this, you'll see that we can actually see the data for individual days. We can also review notes that we might have written for the individual day. So the example just have like gibberish obviously, but for an actual like trade journal that you can be using, you're gonna import your actual state of mind and your notes that you can reflect on later to improve your trading. So I'm gonna leave that as it is, but as you can see, you can do this for all the days right off the bat. And there's a lot of data inside of the dashboard that you can work with, which is quite helpful to use inside of TradeZella. So this is your dashboard. Now, if we go over here to daily journal, this is where it gets very interesting, because you get this data for each individual day. And of course, you can go out to your calendar and adjust this and see which days you want to, and like months, and pretty much like go back in time and view the type of data that you want for an individual day or at a given date. But it's the same concept. You'll see the day, the date, the P&L, whether it was a loss or in profit. In this case, you'll see the number of trades, wins, losers, your win rate percentage, and all this data. And again, you can view your notes right here as well. So it's a nice intuitive user interface that you can actually go ahead and browse to see the data that you want inside of TradeZella. So that's going to be the daily journal. Very, very powerful stuff if you use it correctly. I'll strongly recommend using this, because over time you'll have like months and even like years of like using TradeZella, and you'll be able to like go through all of this information and go through that, and you'll have a lot of like useful information you can work with. And by that time, you will hopefully and most likely be a better trader as well, that is going to be getting a lot more winners than losers, right? Okay, so we go to trades. This is going to be the trade section right here, and this is where you can actually see the individual trades, the trades that you've actually made, whether it's a win or a loss. So as you can see, you can, instead of like going through like the daily journal or like seeing the overall like landscape, not the landscape, I'll say like just a good overview of like the success you've had or the losses you had in a given day, you can actually go to trades and see that every single individual trade and analyze that for your own purpose of like analyzing data and seeing what you did correctly, what you didn't do correctly. So you can see that you'll include a close date, an entry price, an exit price, all that type of stuff, net P&L, net return on investment, Zella insights, Zella scale, and you can do this for each individual trade on all the days that you've actually like traded on, right? So let's just go ahead and click on this, and it's going to actually show you a chart based on your trade. So you can see basically like this is where we purchased and this is where we obviously sold. So this is like obviously our profits. So in this case, a net P&L of $193.36. So again, this is like one trade, and it'll give you the data based on like your imports on the individual trade right off the bat. So you can see the chart. If you want to see an options chart, you can change the view. If you want to see different notes that you've written on the day, again, this is why I'd recommend using a daily journal, because you can reflect back on that when you're going through your journal. and of course the running P&L as well. So there's like different graphs you can work with as well. This is just like off the individual trade, by the way. You can see the playbooks. You can have like a playbook right here if you're utilizing that feature. Executions, attachments. If you want to add attachments right here. If we go back over here to trades, we can do the same for all the other different trades with based on like you can do this for all the other individual trades, which is absolutely amazing. So let's just go for like the last one example. So in this case, you can see like everything that we want, notes, same thing basically, right? So this is going to be the trade section. If you want to see the individual trades, you can go ahead and do that, and it gives you some more stats over here as well. So let's go to a notebook. So this is basically where you can manage your journal and different like notes essentially inside of TradeZella. So you can see that you can add folders. So you can add a folder for a different purpose. So trade notes, daily journal, session recaps. As you can see, these are some examples that I have right here on screen. And you can see in this case, this is going to be log for the June the 5th, 2024. There'll obviously be some information here that you want to import that you can reflect on. You can do this for all the other days as well. And then you can organize these days and add them to different folders to organize everything, so you can go back to all of this like at a later time to improve your trading and to get some insights into your overall trading and learn from it. So notebooks is going to be a very powerful feature as well, especially to stay organized. So use this in conjunction with daily journal, and then use the trades to go over your individual trades individually. And then the dashboard is going to be a good overview of your data inside of TradeZella, so you can see obviously how you're doing overall. So the next section is going to be reports inside of this tutorial. Now this is where the tutorial can really be long, easily like an hour up to 2 hours long, which again, for the purpose of this video, so you can get started and really have like 80 to 90% of like everything you need to get started with TradeZella. There's no need to make an hour to 2 hour video, but if you want to make a super long video, leave a like and comment down below in the video description. Just comment down below 1 hour video and I'll get that done for you guys. And obviously subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on that. But getting back to today's tutorial video, the next part of today's tutorial video is going to be the reports section. So this is where you can see a lot of data. You can see it's going to be on a individual day-by-day basis. It's a nice user interface, like a nice graph that you can like use for like your reference. You can see this is going to be your net P&L. You can obviously change that if you want to other statistics, which again, it's quite detailed. You can change this to whatever. So I can change it to this, and it will give you a different graph as well. So let's just change it to log days accumulative. It'll give you a different graph and give you stats based on the log days. So again, the data inside of reports is very extensive. Some people would say it's too extensive, to like too much detail. It can be quite overwhelming. That's like almost like a negative in a sense, which I mentioned in my review. Like TradeZella gives you so much data, it can be overwhelming. So what I'd recommend is just go through everything one step at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself. Give yourself time to essentially learn the platform and to get comfortable, because like I said, there's so much things you can go through in this tool. So as you can see on screen and in my video, there's a lot of stuff you can go through. Lots of different graphs as well. And if you scroll down below, you can see there's a summary of the net P&L, the win percentage rate, average daily win, profit factor, all the stats down below right here you can use for your personal reference. Now, this is just like literally just the beginning inside of reports. And I want to go through the most important parts of the tutorial so you can get started. So let's go over here to overview. And as you can see, there is a lot of information that we can see right here. Total P&L, average daily volume, average winning trade, average losing trade. A lot of different statistics you can use for your personal reference. You can see it's going to give me my best month, my lowest month, and my average. You can see more information here regarding the graphs, daily net accumulative P&L. Over here to reports, you can get reports based on these different statistics. So if you want statistics based on your day and time, you can click on this, and it'll give you statistics based on your day and time, whether you want it in days, months, trade time, trade duration. So how can you use this to become a better trader? Well, in this case, it's telling me that my best performing day isn't on Thursday. In this example, over $10,000 was made through 30 trades. And then the least performing day was on Monday, where we've only made $28. And then in this case, it's telling me my most active day, it was on Tuesday, and the best win rate was on Wednesday. So this is data that it's very hard to get from your broker, because it's just like very, very, very niche data, and you can use this to your advantage to be like, okay, what type of mental state was I in on Thursday? Because this is going to be, in this example, the day where I'm making all my money, right? So I'll go through my daily journal and see what was going on Thursday, because obviously something might have happened on Thursday, or it's consistently happening on Thursday. So maybe Thursday's my day off, or maybe Thursday's my day where I treat myself for something, and I'm in a better mental state to have more clarity, to make better decisions in my trading, so I'm less emotional, right? So again, you're getting data you can see and work with, and the stats don't lie, right? So that's how you can utilize information for your own benefit right off the bat. And you can see, based off the months, you can see that May it was the best in this example. Trade time, so like what time is the best performing hour, what time is the best performing hour, the most active hour of the day, and then trade duration as well. So this is just the day and time area. There's symbols, there's risk, playbooks, tags, options, win versus losses. You can also compare this data as well if you'd like. You compare different groups with each other. You can go to the calendar and look at different days as well. Yeah, the reports section, it's very, 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 very detailed. Now, if we go over here to playbooks, which is going to be the next part of our tutorial, the playbooks area is going to be quite detailed in the sense that it can give us like a playbook for success. And there's a lot of different templates you can utilize right off the bat. So I'm going to be showing you how you can actually choose a template. So if you want to go and create a new playbook, you click on create playbook right here. You can either create one from scratch, so you can build your own custom trading playbook if that's what you'd like to do. Or what I'd actually recommend just to get started right off the bat is to essentially browse a playbook template, which is going to be a lot more easier for you to get started. So as you can see, there is quite a lot of templates you can utilize right off the bat. So if we want to go ahead and choose one, we click on the plus icon, and that will get us started. So let's just go ahead and do this one. We can watch the video to get more information on the playbook. And what we can go ahead and do is view the playbook as well if we'd like to go ahead and actually view it first. And then we can add, and if we go back to the playbooks, go view the templates, we can just go ahead and choose this and add this to my playbook section. And you can see the playbook is going to be added. So in this case, obviously have, 3 already, but you can go ahead and actually add that to your playbooks templates list, essentially. You can view the progress tracker, your trade replay area, which is also not a feature I'd recommend trying out as well. You can see the resources center right here as well on screen, which is going to give you some resources. And another area which I recommend using as well is the university area. So this is where you can essentially watch even more tutorial videos on specific niche things. So again, this video is going to cover 80 to 90% of the things you need to know to get started, but the university area, it goes over even more tutorials. For example, there's an hour-long video on how to recap your trading month. It's just more resources to essentially improve your trading. It was what I'll say it is, which is excellent, right? So definitely utilize the university section. As you can see at the top left-hand corner, or near the top of the left-hand corner anyway. Mentor mode's pretty cool as well. So you can invite a student or someone else, and then essentially you can view their trades and give them feedback based off the data that you can see right here once you add them to your account, right? Backtesting is also very powerful. You can create backtesting session right off the bat. There's a tutorial video you can watch to just get started right off the bat too. And of course, going back to the dashboard, like we've gone through in today's tutorial, there's plenty of data to get started right off the bat. So that is pretty much it for today's video. So in terms of the tutorials, so like I said, if you would like to try out TradeZella, I'll provide a link down below in the video description. And all you need to do is just make sure to use the code save 20, so you can save 20% off with the code save 20. So instead of paying the full $29 a month or the $49 a month plan, you essentially save 20% off regardless of which plan you choose by using the code save 20. So a massive discount by using the coupon code save 20, and you'll save a lot of money. And of course, like I said in today's video, to get started, the first step is to obviously click the top link down below and to purchase TradeZella if you haven't already. But once you go ahead and do that, you'll click on add to trade, you'll choose your broker, and then get that synced into the TradeZella ecosystem to be able to see all the data right here, and you'll be good to go. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching today's TradeZella tutorial video. If you found today's video helpful, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and comment down below just to help the YouTube algorithm, as it helps get this video out there for more people to see who are also looking to get started with TradeZella. So yeah, thanks for watching today's TradeZella tutorial video for beginners.